Greetings, folks, and welcome to today's show. You may be getting a little bit tired of politics and election and fiscal cliffs and things like that. And so we thought we'd try to do something that's a little more enlightening, a little more fun. So our guest today is Annie Roan, who is the Executive Director of the Fine Arts Center in Tullahoma. And welcome to the show, Annie.
Thank you.
Thanks for taking the time to join us. And you've been in the chair how long?
Started in May of this year.
So you're just looking at 6 months.
Correct.
So, very good.
Thank you.
And well, how's it going?
It's going very well, thanks. Yeah, it's good.
Everything's peachy?
Everything is peachy. Yes, I can say that right now. Yes.
All right, very good. Well, with that, let's take a short commercial break, and we'll come back for some more.
The highest standard of trust offers a sense of safety and comfort. It's established over time. You know when you see it. You know when you feel it. There's a standard of trust in healthcare. It's the Joint Commission Gold Seal of Approval. In 2003, Life Care Center of Tullahoma voluntarily achieved this accreditation and maintains it still today. Life Care, meeting a higher standard because residents matter most.
This is J.D. Oliver here at the Smokehouse on Monteagle Mountain. My sisters Betsy, Nancy, and I'd like to thank you for supporting our family business for over 50 years.
Hello, this is Stella Parton, and I am standing here right in the middle of Jim Oliver's Smokehouse restaurant. But you need to come in here. We just got through doing a show. We also have a music scene going on here, and I want to invite you to come down because it is your mountain destination. Music on the Mountain in Monteagle, Tennessee.
My name's Betsy Oliver. I'm the kitchen manager here. We serve a lot of ribs and barbecue and fried chicken.
Hey, this is Sean Mayer, and I just want to let everybody know to stop in at the Smokehouse if you're ever on your way to Chattanooga or Nashville. They not only have a great gift shop, awesome food, great entertainment on Saturday nights, but beautiful cabins to stay in. Check it out.
Make the Smokehouse your mountain getaway destination. Stay in one of our 84 lodge rooms and 20 timber frame log cabins. Look around our trading posts and eat in our delicious restaurant. Enjoy music on the mountain every Saturday night featuring the best of Nashville. Our family hopes to see you this year at Jim Oliver Smokehouse.
We're talking today, folks, with Annie Roan, who is the Executive Director of the Fine Arts Center. And we'd like to, and she's been there like 5 or 6 months. And so, Annie, give us a little of your background.
Well, I was born and raised in Tullahoma. I moved away when I was little to Knoxville for a little while, and then came back in 5th grade. And then when I went to college at UT Knoxville. And after that, I moved around a little bit, went to Memphis and taught school. I studied education. I got my master's at Knoxville and then Memphis. And ended up getting married and having babies. I have 3 little boys, and we eventually made our way back to Tullahoma, and happy to do so.
Okay, yeah. Very good. What were you teaching?
I've taught 4 different grades, actually, all elementary.
And with an emphasis on arts?
Well, in my classroom, yes, but no, I would just try to incorporate art into almost every subject, and we were always encouraged to do that. And, you know, when I taught, there weren't. I mean, there were guidelines, of course, but there weren't as many now as back then. So I try to do a lot of art and incorporate.
Yeah, we've kind of overrun the system with rules these days.
It's tough. It's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, it sounds like you might have a fairly full life. Well, let's talk a little bit about some of this was going on when you arrived, I think, but you've had some physical renovations in the last year or two at the center.
Yes, it's gotten a little facelift on the outside. We got a new paint job, new roof. We've had a lot of new windows On the inside, we have done a ton of work, all new fresh paint. We had some pegboards taken down all out of the house, and the walls repatched and everything. It looks fabulous. And then we also have a new hanging system for our artwork so that you don't have to put nails in the wall.
Ah,
yeah, so it's very nice, very sophisticated. We just put in some nice lights for the artwork.
I was going to say, lighting is very important.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, and I heard something was mentioned a minute ago. One of your, what sounds to be like a kind of a mind-boggling renovation was your membership situation. Talk to that.
When I started, there were 91 members, and now we are looking at around 270. So it's growing, and I think that the community is trusting us again, and they're coming back.
Yeah, we did have a rocky little going there for a while. Okay, so the atmosphere and attitude have changed more positively, but I'm still curious now. How did you get 200? How did you get an additional 180 folks in 5 months or 6 months?
I don't know. I had, I started, the very first thing I did was a children's art show. I've been teaching children's painting classes for about 6 years in Tullahoma. I started on my front porch. And so that's where I started. I wanted to get the children there. When the children come and their art is on display, their aunts and uncles and neighbors and grandparents, they all come. So, I mean, the biggest thing for me was to get people in the building.
And once they're invited to join.
Exactly, exactly. So we did that. We did a membership art show, and since I've been there, we've done an art show every month. And they've been very successful. We've had some really impressive artists to come here, and we've also had great sales.
Yeah, speaking of artists, I don't think you said anything about Annie's work. What do you...
Well, I don't have any of my things here, but I do have some things in a gallery in Nashville, some of my artwork at Local Color Gallery, but I'm most proud of...
These are paintings?
Yes,
and,
correct.
Any particular theme?
I'm just a very whimsical, colorful artist. I love texture and fun, and I just like to paint things...
And flavors?
Yeah, exactly. I like to paint things that make people make me happy, and then hopefully in turn they will make other people happy.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
But this is what I'm most proud of. I'm most proud of.
Yeah. Let's talk about some of your things.
Can we see? Oh yeah, we can see them. This is a child's artwork. This is actually Chloe Fuller's Nutcracker, and this is what I'm most proud of. And I always say when I grow up, I want to paint like these children do, because I feel like they're so uninhibited still that they just go for it and they don't worry. When we get older, we start worrying about, that the trees have to be brown and green leaves and things like that, and just being a little stiff. So they're still play, and that's how I'd like to paint. So
yeah, you may have been involved. I thought that was kind of a clever idea. This group in town that have been trying to emphasize our aerospace background and skills, and so one of the things they did was bring a whole bunch of little airplane models, and the kids were painted those, as I recall. Were you involved in that?
Yes, sir. Yes, yeah. I organized the paint day for that, and it was great. It was fabulous, and they're going to be wonderful. I can't wait. I saw Mike Stanton the other day and asked him when they're going up, and he said probably after the holiday decorations go down, the airplanes will go up. So they're going to be, I think people are going to love them.
Well, I guess there already are a few up, but I don't know what they might not have been in the
Those weren't part of the group. Yeah, some of those were professionally done. These are going to be better. Yes, the kids did them. So they're gonna, I think they'll make people happy. I really do. They're just.
Well, at least they're gonna attract attention, huh?
They sure will. They may cause a few wrecks. You have to be careful.
Okay. What else you want to show us? You got some other things?
Yes, we are having, excuse me, the next show we're doing is December 8th, and it is a Small Wonder show. So we're doing, I've asked all the artists that have come to visit and the artists that are in town to do small paintings or small works. So this is Brian Nash, who's a famous painter. He lives in Nashville, and he had a very successful show in Tullahoma, and so he sent us a big box of small things so that people can start. Either they'll be more affordable, obviously, so you can give them as gifts, but also if you haven't started your original artwork collection, you can start there. You know, start small. That's how I did it. You know, and once you go original, it's hard to go back to those posters and things that you buy at, the drugstore. Yeah. But here's another pretty painting by Kay Foote, and that's a small wonder.
You want to talk about who did this one?
Chloe Fuller. Chloe did this one. Yeah, and this is not for sale.
Chloe Fuller.
Yeah, do you know Chloe?
Used to be my neighbor.
Well,
until I moved.
Oh, okay. Did they buy your house?
They bought my house.
Okay,
yeah. She did.
They are fabulous. Chloe does classes with me all the time, and she's great. So
she's into everything.
She is. She is. This hat is by Ava Berg, and she raises her own alpaca. So this is from her alpaca, and she then felts it and makes these fabulous hats and headbands and things. So that's also there. We have wonderful wood turners, John Harden, Vince Zaccardi, fabulous pieces of art. I love, this so impresses me because I can't even imagine doing this. Jennifer Redstreak has some great things there. This is from Jessica Pratt. She does classes also there, and this is just a little glass ornament that she made. We just have a whole, we would like for everybody to put on their radar that, this is a place that they can come and shop. We had a big Black Friday sale, and we had a pretty good turnout, but we would like more people to think of us as a place to find very unique and affordable items.
And Christmas is upon us.
Correct.
So
we have these, look, I put these on before I left today. These are from Hal Broyles, and these are sterling silver. He makes them himself, and they're fabulous, aren't they? And he has a jewelry case full of things. So there's a lot.
Yeah, sure is. Okay. So you're ready for Christmas shoppers, and you have, is that right? You're well stocked now with
we are well
a variety
stocked.
of things?
We have fabulous things, and we also are giving away, we found quite a few things tucked away in our cleaning out, and we have a lot of ornaments that are great ornaments that they got in the past. We're actually giving those away to people that come by to see us. We also have some neat t-shirts that we're giving away too, so just if anybody wants to come visit, I'll be happy to give you a little treat.
Okay, very good. You demonstrated 2 or 3 things. As I mentioned, it was kind of fun. I was thinking this morning, that fine arts is it really covers a lot of territory. Ordinarily, we think mostly about painting, but you've mentioned several of them. You've got crafts and that's almost a sculpture, I'd say, rather than certainly not a painting. Yeah, and the paintings. So that's very good. We found out, music, for example. What are the arts? Well, that brings me to another question. Backing up a second, the arts cover lots of things: music, dance, painting, sculpture, literature, theater. So, what are we about? And do you have any thoughts about expanding into anywhere else in that?
We definitely try to incorporate all different kinds of art. One of our art shows, we had 3 artists upstairs, and then we had a documentary artist, Stuart Copeland, showing his documentary downstairs, and it was a fabulous show. And we set it up like a movie theater and had the popcorn and candy and everything. And he has...
so you're including film?
Definitely. Every show we have a musician. We have a violinist or a guitar player or some sort of musician there. At the Children's Art Show, we had several children playing the piano and one playing a saxophone. So we are trying to incorporate as much as we can. And to the children, I always tell them, it doesn't matter if painting is not your thing, that's fine. But I believe wholeheartedly that every single person needs to create. Like, I feel like it's an innate need, you know, that whether it's in the garden or in the kitchen or, you know, or flower arranging or anything. And I feel like the definition for art is expansive, you know, like just it could include all kinds of things as long as you were creating. I think yeah,
that was interesting. That was one of the definitions, and I confess I wouldn't have thought about it on my own, that you really are, it says that really anything created, any creative impulse, whatever the flavor is. So, well, we can talk some more about that, but meanwhile, we need to take a short commercial break, folks, and we'll come back and go some more.
Hi, Grandma. It's Jake. I'm calling to tell you I love you more than anything in the whole wide world, even ice cream. I love you more than spaghetti and meatballs. I love you more than snakes and monkeys and sharks and whales and praying mantises. Bye, Grandma. Love you.
Let it all in with Charter Phone, including unlimited local and long-distance calls.
We're talking today, folks, with Annie Roan, who is the Executive Director of the Fine Arts Center, and we've been talking about all of the arts, and she has brought us some demonstrations of the number of things they're doing, and as we've said, the arts are a lot broader than we might normally think of as primarily as painting. Incidentally, there's another question, you know, when budgets are getting tight around the schools, there's a kind of a tendency to start chopping away on the arts. What's their value? Why are we doing art in school anyway?
Why are we doing it?
Yes.
Well, because it does invigorate. I feel like it invigorates the mind and the child, and they do say that one that does art does better in math and science, and I don't know the statistics, but there have been studies done. So the shame is that though they are cutting way back, and my children have about 40 minutes of art every other week. That's it.
40 minutes every other week?
Every other week. They do.
For any kind of art?
They do music one week, art the next, and that's it. Now, I mean, if the teachers, you know. What
are we talking about in Tullahoma? The elementary?
City schools, yes, correct. Not in middle school. I mean, in middle school, you have to, you know, take art. You have to choose, okay, if I'm doing chorus, then I can't do art, or, you know, there's blocks. So yeah, it's very limited. So that's why I feel like, you know, part of the reason I have such a good following with my classes is that, you know, parents are looking for
the opportunity.
Right, right.
Yeah.
And I'm not the only teacher at the center. We have, you know, probably about 6 teachers right now, and we do clay classes and watercolor and the glass making, and I mean there are lots of different opportunities for the children in our community and surrounding. I have kids that come from Nashville and Murfreesboro and all around.
You're specializing in kids, sounds like.
I am. I do adult classes at least once a month, but I do prefer the children.
Well, let's talk about some of your plans, and we might start with your hours also, okay. Your regular hours and special hours.
We are open Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 9 to 5. So I just like to say the core of the week, we're there. Friday afternoons, we have a volunteer so we like to say most Friday afternoons we're there. And then we have our monthly art shows are, you know, once a month. It's either on a Friday or a Saturday night. and we have a big reception, and you know, it's dressy or not, you don't have to, you know, we would just like for people to run in, you know, see this fabulous art, and you know, have a drink or have a snack, and then head on out to their next event or whatever. We just would like for them to think of us as a stopping point. Right now we have 2 really great artists from Alabama that are showing, and we had a potter from Georgia that I wish I could have brought some of his things. They are fabulous too. He's a folk art potter. So, and you know, like I said, we have music, and it's a lot of fun. It's just a nice night.
Okay, and those shows then last just an evening or so?
Well, the reception, but the show's still hung. It usually hangs for about a month. This show is actually a little shorter. It's going to be taken down next week because we're doing the Small Wonders for Christmas.
And the reception, the artists must be present?
Correct.
And you mentioned music a minute ago.
Yes.
You have a musician?
We have several different ones. John Crawford has played for us and sung the past 2 shows, and we've had Cindy Jolly did the violin. Marianne Galbraith came and played the guitar and sang at one of our shows. So we've been very fortunate to have these people step forward, and they've been totally volunteering, because I tell them, you know, we can't pay you, but we would love to have you and show you off. So yeah.
Well, very good. Well, talk some about your plans, and you mentioned a Christmas thing. But what have you got coming up in the foreseeable future?
Well, I'm very excited to announce that we've got our first grant from Walmart. So thank you, Walmart. And we are going to use that money to hopefully get other students in our community to the Fine Arts Center to take classes who can't normally afford to do that. You know, the classes are not, you know, in my classes, we use very good materials. I like good canvases, good paints. So, I mean, there is a cost to that. You know, all of that is pretty expensive. So we want to be able to provide that, though, for more people. So ideally, we would have I would like to have an ongoing kind of scholarship program for kids and adults, you know, to be able to come in and do things. We want it to be kind of open to everyone. So, and not be just for, you know, this class or that. So we're excited about that, getting that implemented the first of the year. And we're just going to continue with our shows. We have several set up for the following year. The American Watercolor Society is coming through in April, and that's huge. That's a big deal that we're still on that route.
Yeah, that's something we used to do every year for several years. Yeah, good.
So we're looking forward to that, and I don't know, just still growing. You know, we're still hoping to get more memberships. You know, my goal for the end of the year is 300, and memberships are very affordable. They are $25 for an individual, $35 for family, but we have others. You know, it grows from there. We have corporate memberships and sponsorships, and you know, that's how we are doing these things. Our memberships, you know, kind of keep our lights on. We get a small percentage from the city, from hotel motel tax, but that's it. So, you know, we depend on our community to help us out in that regard. We're gonna, you know, I'm still learning about grant writing. I'm doing it. I'm turning them in, and I'm trying, but it's definitely something that I'm having to learn. It's not, you know, I've never done it before, so.
Well, yeah, I know a couple of people who have a lot of experience in grant writing.
You do?
Maybe you interested?
I would love some help.
Steer in your direction?
Would love it. Yes, thank you.
All right, we'll try to give that a whirl.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the source of your financing is memberships, and hopefully a sponsor or two or a patron or two, whatever you want to. So we need patrons of the art, yeah. And okay. For Christmas itself, what the Christmas season, and you mentioned the gifts a minute ago, it would be worthwhile to go through that again. And I forget, do you have any particular show related to Christmas?
Yeah, December 8th is our Small Wonders show. So we will have some paintings that, like the poinsettia, that will, you know, have to do with Christmas, but really pretty much it's going to be just smaller paintings. I know a lot of the artists that are in-house there, have been working on smaller paintings, and I think everybody's pretty much enjoyed it because it's different. A lot of the, watercolor painters, that we have there, usually do really large paintings, but they've narrowed, toned them down a little bit, and I think it'll be nice because they will be, more affordable, and I'm excited for people to get started. One of my challenges, I feel like, is getting people to appreciate original artwork. Like, that I don't really know how to put that in someone except to just have them come and see, and have them, like get the airplanes up. I really think things like that will encourage that, I hope.
Well, as you can see, folks, the one very definite thing that's available down there is energy and enthusiasm. And it's sure showing that off. We've run out of time, folks, so we're going to have to take a short commercial break and come back.
Mark, you've won just about everything there is to win in racing. What's next?
I'd like more people to know about ER Extra.
The emergency room at Harton Regional Medical Center?
I just want them to get the best care they can get.
That just gets me right here, Mark.
Maybe you'd like to pay them a visit.
ER Extra at Harton Regional Medical Center.
ER Extra. Extra fast, extra easy, extra great.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
We're back, folks, and we've been talking today with Annie Roan, who is the Executive Director of the Fine Arts Center here in Tullahoma. And as I mentioned, we've seen a good example of her enthusiasm and the variety of things going on, which is very good. Well, Annie, is there a little something you'd like to deliver direct to the folks out there? Do you have a message?
Sure. I would just like to invite everybody to come and visit us at the Fine Arts Center. There are lots of opportunities for art, not just for children, but also for adults. We have opportunities for volunteering. We depend greatly on our volunteers. Also, memberships are huge for us. We will be happy to send you one in the mail, a membership form. Those memberships do get you 10% off of all the gifts in our gift shop. They also get you 15% off at Clayton's, 10% off at Frames by You, and 10% off at Claire's Off the Wall. It also, just the membership is also, to me, is intrinsic in that you are helping your community and helping this to thrive. Another thing that we'd like to share is that we ask for sponsors for our shows, and for a sponsor for a show is $300, and that helps us pay for our food, beverage, any other costs, our promotional.
We're gone, Annie. I'm sorry. Folks, I want to thank you for taking time to join us, and thank you, folks, for inviting us into your parlor. And the message you got was go to the Fine Arts Center. We'll see you next time.